Place of the injured Drew Brees. A source telling our Adam Schefter Hill took all the starter reps in practice this week. He will be backed up by Jameis Winston on Sunday. Ryan, tell me this. You're down there in New Orleans. Do you think Taysom Hill gives the Saints the best chance until Brees comes back?
No, I don't. But I do think Taysom Hill changes everything. I think Taysom Hill, you look at what the Baltimore Ravens do, I think you think that on steroids, because I believe they're going to run the ball constantly, continuously. I believe if his first read isn't open, Taysom Hill is going to take off. But all I can think of is how bad must Jameis Winston look? How bad does he have to be in practice? Or on the other side of it, like, has Sean Payton been telling us the truth this whole time? Sean Payton said that this was Steve Young. Sean Payton said that he was the future of the New Orleans Saints and Taysom Hill. Like, I just don't know if I believe that. When I watch him, even when he runs his Wildcat reps and you look at the footballs that he throws, nothing about those balls says future Hall of Famer like Steve Young was. I don't necessarily believe that Taysom Hill is a better passer than Lamar Jackson. So when I think about what the New Orleans Saints could be with Jameis Winston, if Jameis Winston does push the ball down the field, if you eliminate some of the turnovers, that excites me. That makes me feel like, okay, this is going to be an explosive offense in the pass, and now you can still do things with Alvin Kamara. This is going to be totally different with Taysom Hill. This is going to be something that I feel like maybe we've never seen in this league. From a power run standpoint, from how quickly the runs come from the quarterback, how often they're called. I don't know if this works for 4 weeks, but I do know I don't want to be Raheem Morris and the Atlanta Falcons trying to figure out what this offense will look like this week. I don't want to be the first team to play them before it gets on tape, because very early on in the game, I think it's going to be difficult to stop. I think you're not going to know which plays to call in order to, whether you want to force the ball out of his hands fast or play zone and make him throw it in front of you. This is going to be very interesting. And if Sean Payton pulls this off, and if this works, this is really going to be one of the greater coaching decisions and best coaching jobs of his career.
Want it, Stephen A?
Oh, I thought Max was going. My fault.
I'm happy to go. You let me know.
You go ahead, Max. Go ahead. I was going to say something about Taysom, but go ahead.
Well, I will say this. I was wondering why Sean Payton was lying to me. Because he was pumping up in the Super Bowl. Remember that, Stephen A? Sean Payton was stayed pumping up Taysom Hill. And then I'm like, yeah, but watch, now Jameis is going to get the ball. So, like, what was in it for Coach? And he didn't seem to be, you can kind of usually tell if someone, he didn't seem to have an agenda or be lying. Bridgewater was going to sign away, and he thought Taysom Hill was going to be the future, and they didn't even know if Drew Brees was coming back at the time, right? He really believed in Taysom Hill. So I'm sitting here going, oh, but Jameis Winston's going to get the ball. He just showed up yesterday. He's going to get the ball today. When Taysom Hill's been in the offense for years already, so that tells me Taysom Hill has no future. What was in it for Coach? Why did he make that up? Apparently he wasn't making it up. Look, Taysom Hill has been on the team for years. He knows the offense very well at this point, you would assume. And when I think of the best players in football, this is going to sound funny. I think of two guys differently than everyone else. The way you think of, like, Walter Payton as just like maybe the greatest football player of all time, all the things he could do, right? I think of Odell Beckham Jr., who can throw a ball 50 yards with his offhand, who can kick field goals maybe if you need, could do everything. But Odell has one skill, catching the ball, that is great enough that he doesn't have to be a gadget player who can do a lot of all things, a jack of all trades, master of none. Odell is a jack of all trades, master of one. So he's a premier wideout, right? I think of Taysom Hill the same kind of way I think of Odell. Great athlete, great at a lot of things. In a way, those two are like better football players than everyone else. But the question is, do they have the one skill that is pitched higher than everyone else's that makes them valuable at a specific position? Like, Taysom Hill is fast. Taysom Hill is rugged. He's strong. Taysom Hill can catch the ball. He can throw the ball. I thought, well, he must not read defenses and process information quickly enough. Or else Sean Payton would be serious about giving him the ball under center. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Sean Payton was telling us the truth. Maybe he can read defenses and process information fast enough, because it appears he's going to be the Saints quarterback. That is amazing. And a guy who's been considered a gadget player for so long by so many, whenever I watch him, I go, oh my God, this guy's amazing. If only position, maybe he can. Let's see.
Fellas, Taysom Hill is 30 years old. How many passes has this man thrown in his career? Can somebody help me out? Because I count 4 passes this year. He's 30. And I don't know if he's thrown 100 passes. I don't know if he's thrown 50 passes in his career. Now, forgive me. I apologize, because I could be wrong. And I wish him nothing but the best. But Ryan Clark, Super Bowl champion Ryan Clark, NFL analyst aficionado Ryan Clark, if a brother can throw, don't we know that before he's 30? And this is the NFL, Max. This is the NFL. Don't we know that before he's 30?
Good point.
He's 30. He ain't 21. He ain't 22. He's 30. He might be, his number in terms of his age might eclipse the amount of passing attempts he's had in his career. And this man is not a starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. Jameis Winston. That is the ultimate indictment. Now, we know Jameis Winston is 28 and 42 as a starter. But he was a 5-year starter in the National Football League. If I'm going to be benched after Drew Brees gets hurt, Max, Ryan, and it's going to be to a 30-year-old, I'd like to believe it's a Ryan Fitzpatrick type dude or an Andy Dalton type dude that's thrown passes in the league. I think the only people that have thrown in the league, other than Chase Daniels in Chicago when he was backing up Trubisky, other than him because he got paid for doing nothing on a Sunday, but other than him, I don't know anybody in the NFL playing the quarterback position that has had less passing attempts than Taysom Hill. And a 5-year starter that is Jameis Winston, and you lose the job to him? I wish Taysom Hill luck, but boy, is this an indictment against Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says.
This is bad.
It looks bad.
It looks bad.
Guys,
Jameis just got to the team.